Feel Good Friday, talking about medications. We use a lot of pills, a lot of pill bottles, right? There's so many. And ideally, recycling these bottles would really be the best. But I actually really just learned recently that most recycling centers actually struggle to recycle them. And they do say that they're recyclable. They have the little triangle underneath, but they can't really recycle them because they're too small, is what ends up being the problem. But there's many things you can actually do with your pill bottles. I mean, I looked at all of this and I was like, yeah, I can do that. Okay, so in Crafts by Amanda, in the article titled 20 Uses for Prescription Pill Bottles, Amanda actually states that first thing you want to do is be sure to clean them out because you don't want to use them and there's powder from any of your medications, right? That would be kind of bad and nasty, especially if it was a narcotic. We don't want narcotics getting into whatever else if you're going to store Tic Tacs in it or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. After cleaning it with soap and water, maybe even a rinse of bleach, followed by multiple rinses of clean water, that would do the trick. So the other thing you want to do is if you're going to use these bottles for something else, and I know you're super crafty, Diane, you want to make sure it no longer looks like a pill bottle because kids just jump into this stuff and you don't want them, if you're going to use it for something else, you don't want them jumping in there. Hey, Chef Rob.
Ahoy, chef.
Ahoy there.
Ahoy. We're
Ahoy.
talking about 20 ideas of things that you can do with your medication bottles. And these are so cool because I mean, I was looking at some of the pictures that they had, and some people they glue look how they glue the lids underneath of a cabinet. And then you can just store batteries. You can put some change, safety pins, spices. You could, after you've cleaned them out thoroughly, if you wanted to, and just have them all across the top. I mean, but I would have decorated this and put a label. I wouldn't want it to look like a pill bottle.
Those may not be glued. Those may be like drill screwed right into the
they could be
part of that.
Yeah, they could be.
Yes.
So you could use them to put some lotions, shampoos, conditioners. Those would all pass TSA. And instead of buying these plastic TSA containers that you can put in your Ziploc baggie, which nobody's asked me to take my liquids out in the last couple times I've flown. I'm thinking they're starting to do away with that at most airports. You still got to take your shoes off, but no longer do you have to pull out all your liquids. But that would be a great way to store shampoo, body lotions, whatever it is, and not buy those extra little containers. Pointy objects. It's a great thing to put in the pins, safety pins, store them in there. Waterproof. It says waterproof stash for your cash, I suppose. Store some quarters, bingo change, something like that. Parking, right? For the places that still use change and don't make you use your credit card now to park or an app on your phone. Everything has an app. Look, I like putting money in my machines. Cotton swabs and cotton balls. That's going to fill it with cotton balls way too fast. Buttons and beads. That's another good one, especially if you want to keep like buttons together or beads together. Talked about safety pins, bobby pins. If you use bobby pin, I haven't seen a bobby pin in a really long time. Bobby pins or a hair tie. That's probably a really good thing to put all the hair ties, the rubber bands in. Office and homework supplies, jewelry keepers, probably for a lot of backings. Women have a lot of backings of their pierced earrings that just like socks. We find backings, we don't know what earrings they go to. Put them in there. The travel size sewing kit. If you want to take one with you, if your hotel doesn't seem to offer one or your Airbnb, that might be a good thing. First aid kit. That's another good one. You could probably throw it in your car with a couple Band-Aids and a couple things in there. Pretty rocks, shell, and sand. I would think this would be cute if you're traveling and you want to just remember where you were, throw some sand and a shell or two, print a label. Might be nice to keep that, give it as a gift. I did see on one of these pictures, someone put matches and there was a special sticker you can get that they can actually strike it with. You can strike against it and the match would light. So that I thought was really kind of cool. Earbuds and chargers. Another way to bring your earbuds or small little chargers onto a plane. You can have your earbuds in there. Hide a key. Now this is another good one because this you can dig a little hole and shove it in there and hide a key outside your house if you wanted to. Slime, clay, and Play-Doh. Sure. somebody might want to. Loose change, breath mints, gum. Again, if you're going to do the breath mints or the gum and they're unwrapped for some reason, make sure you do the cleaning, the bleaching, the wiping, the whole 9 yards. Put something on it so that kids don't try to, you know what I mean? You'd want to start training them to touch the medication bottles. Garage organization, I have no clue. Screws,
Yes.
Yeah.
nails,
Yep.
right? Okay.
People that never throw away, like someone I know,
Perfect.
a screw or a washer or a nut or
Right.
whatever. And the little
Yes.
ones, it's the little ones that are the hard ones always to find.
It's the extra
Yeah.
stuff that comes in IKEA and you're
Yes,
like,
sir.
why are there 2 things sitting here? I thought I used everything on the
Right.
paper.
Why is there extras? Yes.
Exactly. Cookie cutter. I never thought about a cookie cutter. What a great way to just kind of cut out stuff, right? I guess you could
Sure.
use that as that.
Anything,
And
any shape.
seed storage. That's another
Yeah,
way you can store some
perfect.
seed. So I don't know. I've never done this, but now I think I'm going to make it a project.